Hey guys. Okay, I have a few quick messages today. One that's just a little tip to help you remember past lives, okay? So if you're trying to do your own remembrance of past lives, okay, there are some things that can be really helpful. Of course, one of them is paying attention to your dreams. The other thing, now this gets into the quantum physics a little bit, but just understand that time is not really what we think it is, and there is this sort of constant continuum of everything's happening at the same time, okay? It's really, past lives is an expression that's not entirely accurate. More like parallel timelines would be what is actually happening, but it feels like a past life because it's not as advanced as maybe the one that you're in. But when we do regression, sometimes people will go to lifetimes that are very, very advanced. And that's, technically we're following the protocol of a past life regression when I have them here on the table, right? But that's not necessarily what they see. They may see a future life or one that's more advanced than this life, or they may see one that's less advanced, but they're all happening at the same time. 111, as I said that. So I stumbled across this the other day on my Thrifting with Spirit adventures. And it's called Eyewitness Books. This one's Medieval Life, okay? And I was drawn to it. I am gonna kind of go through it and see what I can find. But I want to show you how many they have, you guys. Like, so many. I don't know if you can see. Like, it's just so much information here, okay? And I knew about the eyewitness books back when I was traveling to Europe. I got one for France. I got one for Italy. I got one for each town that we went to before I went on the trip, just to learn about the different infrastructure, the architecture, like who did it, what was the meaning of it, all that, right? I didn't know they had little small ones though, like this, okay? And anyway, if you visit your local library, I think this would be a good way to help you remember parallel lives, okay? Because if you're drawn to it, that's a clue, right? Trust that intuition when you feel drawn to something, okay? But then also you can look through, okay, when you find a book like this, and you can see, I'm just going to like flip through, okay? You can see these original items that they've photographed here, and those can help you, it can trigger memories, basically. So I actually shared this with a friend of mine on TikTok recently because she has a medieval connection. I'm going to send her some of these, like some of the pictures that I'm drawn to in case it helps her remember. But I urge you to help yourself. Go to the library or go to Barnes & Noble or some bookstore, whatever you have in the town where you live, and see which ones they have, and just do a little experiment and just say, to your guides, I'd like to learn more about my other lifetimes because it could be relevant, especially certain ones that are being remembered right now, okay? The ones that we're remembering right now are really important because they're helping us with the current frequencies that we're dealing with in this timeline, okay? A lot of leadership roles. A lot of people are remembering their leadership roles because we're going to have to help humanity, and we're doing it even now. What do you want me to say? Yep. Okay. Okay. What did that just say? Okay. Commander Ashtar, call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Okay. So if you find that you're remembering like being a king or a queen or a pharaoh, or an empress, or even just like I did a session one time on a woman who, she didn't really have like a title the way we would think, but she was the leader of her people, and they lived in Egypt near the pyramids. But like when I say near, 40 to 50 miles away, but because they're so big and it's so vast out there, they could see them from where they lived, and they would meditate with the father pyramid. They called him the father, the mother, the child, okay? Which, as you may know, as my guides have taught me, is the true sacred union. The mother, father, God that create the divine child. So calibrating your masculine and feminine energy, understanding we are both, bringing all that together makes the divine child. Well, they knew that in that life, and they meditated with the pyramids for that purpose. She didn't have a title, but she was the leader of her people. You may start to remember those lifetimes because we're going to help people. Do you want me to pull one more from this? That's the one? Yeah. Call to action. So one of the ways that you can begin to lead, sorry, there's noise. I don't know what it is. There must be working next door. It's like vibration. What is that, you guys? Oh my gosh, so weird. Okay. As you remember the lifetimes where you've led, okay, ask your guides and your higher self, is there any aspect from that life that I'm supposed to be bringing into this life? And then when you figure out what it is, okay, start implementing. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. We don't know what's going on, but the whole underground of the building is vibrating. A little bit of power coming through. Okay, bottom of the deck is Lord Shiva. And I think this is beautiful. Rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. So that's amazing. Okay, the other beautiful thing about Lord Shiva is he's one of the things that he's known for is helping you to destroy your fears. And I feel like that's very relevant to discovering your parallel lifetimes, is let go of the fear that you may have of remembrance and just go with it, okay? I'm sorry for the vibration, guys. Yeah, okay. Mercury, open communication. Get the weight off your chest. Speak up with love. Be heard. Yeah. So what I'm feeling is start remembering, you guys. Just actively ask your guides to help you remember. Let them start showing you. Trust your intuitions when you feel drawn to certain objects, certain books. Like I was drawn to this medieval book, okay? That's the Eyewitness series. It's pretty good. I like the way they write. And start paying attention to when you feel drawn to something. Everything my guides have ever kind of put my interest on, there's been a purpose in it every time. Like when I started sound tuning, that was years ago. I bought the bowls before I ever knew anything about sound tuning. My guides just said, get them. We will teach you what to do. Mary Magdalene talking right now. So trust your intuitions. Figure out what it is you're trying to remember. If you need help, this is why I'm here and other people that are like me, that are facilitators, right? But you can do it on your own. You just got to listen to your intuition and trust yourself, okay? And then it's a call to action. Be the commander, okay? And I feel like when Commander Ashtar comes through, it's not even that he's trying to draw attention to himself. It's that he's trying to show that you are the commander, okay, of your own ship. You are the ship, okay? And take that and go with it and take action into expressing yourself and expressing your dreams and expressing your remembrances and what it was that was important about those lifetimes and what were we supposed to learn from it, right? Like what were you supposed to learn from the life? What was the purpose of it? And bring that into this life, okay? I'm also seeing a lot of sessions. There's too much to put in this one video. I'm seeing a lot of sessions where the parallel lives are sending objects into these lives, like the current timeline that the people are on now. And those objects are carrying memories, frequencies, and important information. That's happening. Like, it's kind of crazy, but amazing. And that takes a lot of power. So these are ascended masters doing this, okay? Bringing the physical objects through into this timeline so people can get the energy, the frequency, remembrance, all the codes, and share it, okay? So I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm also seeing sessions on people getting activations unexpectedly in their session, even with me not even expecting it. Like you think it's going to be like a regular regression or past life remembrance, and the ascended masters will come in and tell the person, you have a mission here. Here's what your mission is. We are calling you to remember. Literally, that happened yesterday with a client that came in for a session, and neither one of us were expecting to hear that exactly, but that's what came through. So I expect a lot of that right now, a lot, because people are being activated for their actual role with 3i Atlas, with the solar codes, with the earth frequency codes. They're going to start remembering, okay? And, you know, Lord Shiva is here to say, do not fear, okay? One of the things about him is like that he has the creator and the destructor energy. Goddess is the same way. She has the creative and destructive energy. That's important. We have to destroy what's false, right? And we have to create the truth. So these are very important ascended masters coming through right now. And diplomacy is a big one. Open communication. All of the star seeds are diplomats, whether you know this or not. This is our role. We're here to bridge the realms, okay? To bridge Earth realm into the others. So be the diplomat. Do your best to bridge these gaps, okay? Hold on. Sorry. Had a little sneeze. Okay. Do your best to find common ground. That's what I'm hearing. Find the common ground, okay? It doesn't mean we don't get to express our own voice. Of course we do. But we're looking for connection right now, okay? We need it. So really work on that. And yeah, don't be afraid. Jump in. Let's start remembering, you guys. All the collective is going to be given all the frequency they need to start remembrance, okay? It's already happening. They're seeing it in their dreams. They're having these little moments. So let's support that. Those of us who've already done a lot of this work, we can help, okay? I love you guys. Have an awesome day.